From the depths of number hunters, the Shadow Spectre cards make an appearance in my Malicevorous deck.
And I'm going to do the entire video with this voice! Ah, yay! I'm fighting bob8100. And I'm using Tour Guide from the Underworld. And I'm summoning White Lips and Mains! Yay!
Don't worry, I won't be doing the... I'll just go back to my regular voice. That was just a joke. Don't worry. Right, starting it off, I don't actually start with any of my Malicevorous monsters, which is unfortunate. Like, for this deck, a good opening hand would contain Malicevorous Spoon, Malicevorous Fork, and then a third Malicevorous monster, which doesn't matter which one it is. It can be fork, it can be spoon, it can be knife. But the idea is you normal summon spoon, discard one of the, you discard the third Malicevorous with fork, to summon fork, and then spoon's effect summons the third one back, and then you can go Dark Mist, or just leave one in defense, and with the other go for Gotchi, for Judge Buster, or for the Gusto Phoenix. But yeah, starting off the duel, the opponent's using agents, and I'm like, nope, Torrential Tribute, bye. I do have number 49 Fortune Tune in this deck, but Zenmane's stats are higher, and then mostly I'm looking at his attack stat. And the fact that Zenmanes can destroy was the most important factor in the fact that I'd usually go for Zenmanes instead of Fortune Tune. And the opponent uses Dancing Fairy. I can't see that card a lot. But okay. My turn. Well, technically it's not exactly my turn yet. I still have to destroy a card for Zenmane's effect. And I hit it right with Compels. Now I get Darkle. I'm like, okay, yeah. One of the reasons I really like cards like Zenmane's, Gotchi, and Maestro. You get to combo them with Dark Hole and Torrential. You can destroy all the opponent's monsters and you'll still have one yourself. And with Zenmane's, after that, you can even destroy one of their spells and traps. Alright, now with Dark Eruption, I usually take back Malicevorous monsters, but in this case I take back Tour Guide to go for my third and final Tour Guide target in Night Assailant. I'm thinking, okay, which card to go for. I could go with Alucard, but it doesn't have a set card, otherwise I would have gone for it. I'm not going for Fortune Tune because I know I can go attack now because he doesn't have any traps. Go into Leviathan, detach Tour Guide to get it to 2500 attack, switch Zenmanes to attack, and, well, deal some damage. It's not exactly first blood because I already dealt some damage. Well, technically this is first blood because the first 1500 wasn't damaged. It was the opponent paying the cost for Venus 3 times. And I play Black Horn of Heaven face down just in case he wants to do an inherent special summon, like an Xyz summon or a Synchro summon or something, or Archer Christia. Now uses Valhalla to summon Winged Karibo. I'm like, meh. If he's destroyed and then can also be by card effect, not just by battle, and sent to the grave, he can do that. He doesn't take any damage. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Now he sets a monster, takes it back, I'm like, misclick, misplay, and then Absorbing Jar, then places it in face-up defense. I'm like, there's no way of doing that, but it's not allowed, so place it face down. I do have the advantage of knowing its effect now, because I don't remember ever seeing Absorbing Jar, but I see that it has an effect that destroys my face down, and I kinda don't want that. Although I wouldn't really mind, because he doesn't really have a lot of options with an empty hand now. He does have Card Trader, but still doesn't have a big chance to get something good out. I'm like, you know what? Let's clear out the field. I'm not going to be able to damage him this turn anyway, thanks to Winged Karibo. Let's clear out the field. Let's use Dark Hole. I decided to go with Dark Hole, destroy all of the monsters, but due to Zenmane still having one material, I can save him from destruction. And then I could destroy one of his cards. Then the choice was, do I go for Card Trader or Valhalla? Well, if I go for Card Trader, he has a lower chance of getting the card he wants. But if he gets something like Archlord Christia, then he can use Valhalla's effect to summon it, making it not an inherent summon, and I can't stop that with Black Horn. So I'm really thinking about that. Pretty sure Master Hyperion's also an inherent summon, although I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's an inherent summon, so I can summon stop both Master Hyperion and Archlord Christia with Black Horn. So I'm like, oh, you can keep Card Trader for a little better consistency in his duel, I suppose. Keeping Zenmains in defense gives why I place it in attack if I can't exactly damage him either. I have Monster Reborn to summon back whatever I want. There's not great Monster Reborn targets right now. The best is his Dancing Fairy. Now I finally drawn to my first Malicevorous monster. It's Spoon. I'm like, okay, yeah. Now to wait for the next one. Because I can't exactly do very much with just one. So he has a face down card. Might as well just attack with Zenmains. Opponent does have Monster Reborn, Mirror Force. Now what do I do now? Do I play something? Do I not? I could play Monster Reborn. I'm looking at my options here. What I'm able to take with it. The strongest monster I can take with it is Leviathan Dragon. But since it has no materials, it cannot attack directly, which is likely what I'm going to do with it. So here I'm just still thinking about my options, and then also later on what I can do with Malicevorous. And the opponent doesn't exactly draw very well. Has a face down card. I'm like, okay, my turn now. Draw a second black horn. I'm like, okay, that's my second and final black horn in the deck. Wasn't really looking for that. But okay, Monster Reborn. I summon the strongest monster that can attack directly, that being Dancing Fairy. And well, never mind. I was thinking of something weird. But yeah, Dancing Fairy comes out, attacks directly, and then nothing happens. I was trying to build it up, but it didn't really work. Anyway, opponent draws a card, sets a card. Being very generic narration right now, just exactly saying what's going on. Should probably think of something interesting. I'm very happy I drawn to Malicevorous Fork here. The unfortunate thing is I don't have a third Malicevorous to use it with, and I'm like, you know, wait a second, I could still summon Judge Buster with it. And Judge Buster, when the opponent activates monster effects, can negate the activation and then deal 500 damage. I'm like, okay, whatever he has, would it be, I don't know, Rico Lightsworn Hunter, even though it would be illogical for him, well, unlikely for him to have it, another Wing Karibo or whatever, I can use it. So I normal summon Spoon, get discard Spectre to summon Fork, go into Judge Buster. Now the thing is, I've noticed with Judge Buster and its Chaos form, the Chaos form, I personally don't see it as that much of an upgrade to Judge Buster. Okay, it can lower the opponent's attack. That is an effect that Judge Buster doesn't have. But it's the second effect. Judge Buster can detach 2 Xyz materials, and I believe the other guy does it without Xyz materials. I'd have to check back which effect was with. No, it doesn't use materials, but Judge Buster costs 2 materials, but it negates an activation and deals damage, and it can negate the activation of an effect that activates anywhere. So, hand, field, graveyard, banished, wherever. Judge Buster can stop it. Judge Doom doesn't negate activations, he just makes activations impossible, but only of cards the opponent controls. So, Wing Karibo, I don't know, the Dragon Rulers being banished, a card from the hand like Maxi, Effect Veiler, Honest. They can all be used under Judge Doom, because Judge Doom only prevents activations of monsters the opponent controls. And Judge Buster can, negate them. So that's why I don't normally go into the Chaos version. I just prefer to stick with this. Now here I'm like, okay, I can finish this, and the opponent already says good game. It could be a bluff, but likely it isn't. I'm like, okay, I can just finish this. Just to be safe, I could go, since a Judge Buster doesn't have materials anymore, I could go into Judge Doom, just in case it's like an effect that activates on the field. But I'm like, you know, I'm in a good position, it's unrated, let's have some fun. Ranka pomachik, barians foso, hatsto! Xyz Shogun! Chaos numbers 96! Darkstorm! And I just summon Darkstorm and hope, actually, that his defense is higher than Darkstorm's attack, so I can use its first effect to deal the damage. But I'm like, no, he has the exact same. Because if he would have had less defense than 1,000, Darkstorm would have been able to destroy my battle and then Dancing Fairy go attack and win. But he has exactly 1,000 defense because he gets Dancing Fairy, and I'm like, dang it, could have done it differently and won. But okay, was worth a shot. I had fun, and Ayrton Horn in the Watcher's chat, as you were just able to see, and will be able to see at the end of the match. He enjoyed quite a bit to see the Malicevorous monsters, and also Darkstorm. Well, me ranking up Judge Buster anyway, but Darkstorm as well. I had fun with it too. So he doesn't exactly draw very well. Seeing Mausoleum there, I'm like, okay. Now I draw into Malicevorous Knife. I'm like, okay, let's go have some fun. The opponent gives me some style points. I summon Malicevorous Spoon, exceeds with Knife and Spoon into one of the two other rank 2s that I have in this deck. Well, 3 technically, because I haven't used Dark Mist either. I go into Daigusto Phoenix, detach an Xyz material, even though I'm not going to attack with it, and attack. Now, normally I wouldn't actually have summoned Knife or Phoenix or Spoon, but seeing as the opponent doesn't have any effects I can activate in the grave, doesn't have any cards in the hand, so no hand traps, no traps on the field, I'm completely safe to do this. I'm like, let's just do it. Let's have some fun. This was Duel 106 against bob8100. I'm Alka193, and I'll see you later on. Oh yeah, I totally clicked the wrong button in stopping the recording. Never mind, see you later.